Hello Flosstube, my name is Dobby and I am back. And I do hope that it's going to work because it's been a moment since I filmed my Stitch With Me. So I do hope that I still remember how to do that. So as I said, my name is Dobby, covered in floss. And this is another installment of the Stitch With Me Chronicles. It's been a moment because first it was holidays, so I had some pre-recorded videos that I posted, that I had scheduled with posting. And then I got sick. So I was out for almost 2 weeks with like the strangest bronchitis. My doctor told me that he didn't have a case previously where the bronchitis would take so long to develop. I told him like, welcome to my world. As I told you before, I have like the worst immune system ever. So we were basically laughing that I should become a seasonal Rapunzel and just stay home without seeing people from the end of September until the end of March. The tower is optional, so at least that. So yeah, let's see. At the moment we are just trying to I'm just trying to prevent, so I am back to masking up. I am trying to avoid lots of people. Unfortunately, it's a bit impossible, and I don't want to also like limit myself so much that I couldn't go, for example, to the ice hockey games and so on. But definitely I'm going to be masking up during this instances as well. So yeah, I do hope that everyone is safe and healthy and you're taking care of yourself. So today, as you can see, we're working on portrait of my Peppa that was custom created by amazing Meltem from Luthien Art. And Luthien at the moment, Meltem, so Luthien art shop from Etsy, now started moving to their own website. So that's going to be amazing because it's just like with the fantastic patterns that Meltem is creating, definitely she deserves to have her own website and don't pay these pesky Etsy fees and so on. So yeah, so basically we are almost done with Peppa's portrait. As you can see, I am now, oh gosh, I completely forgot, give me a second. I'm just going to set up because I am trying. Okay, as you can see, I know absolutely nothing about my watch. Is that the okay? I should have. I wanted to set up the stopwatch because I started that on Friday for the 24 hours of cross stitch. So today I didn't stitch. That would be my first session, so I just want to see how much I'm going to have done. So let's see. Okay, we're starting. Sorry, as you can hear, there is still something in my throat. So basically, as I was talking about that, I think in my latest Flosstube video, the normal update video, my goal was to finish Peppa's portrait this year, and there was, I don't remember, 180 stitches I think a day to be done until the end of the year. But I just like got some fire under my needle, and basically at the moment we are left with 1700. So it's going to be a finish in October still. And basically I was thinking, as we had like 24 hours of cross stitch, so I was wondering if this will be possible to finish that over the weekend. But no, I don't think so, unfortunately. But I do hope that I will be able to have everything done tomorrow. So that would be fantastic. Oh my god, I'm just sitting in a very strange position. I don't know why. It's usually the same position that I'm sitting in. I don't know if sorry for just like changing things, but I think that I need to change the height of my Lowry. Yeah, I think that was the problem, because just like my hands were not in the place where I wanted to have them. Everything felt like a bit higher, and I only then remembered that I was changing the height at some point, because I was trying to work on a scroll frame that I got myself, just like something El Cheapo from Amazon, and I was just like setting it up. The problem is that as much as I would like to stitch on a scroll frame, and I just like have some projects on the scroll frame all the time, so I don't need to worry, and I can just like go wherever I want within like the area that is available. The problem is that said Peppa, yeah, she absolutely loves big frames. So already if you saw, I just uploaded a short with her being a bit of a menace and just sitting under my nudge here, and just like I was petting her, but a moment earlier she was trying to attack my hand because I dared to have a floss in there, and it's just like she is determined to chomp on all the floss that can be found anywhere. So any of my hobbies, unfortunately, or all of my hobbies, involved flosses, threads, and so on. So yeah, we have fun, and unfortunately I cannot like close the door to the room where I am in at the moment, because then I would have both of the cats like screaming and crying, because this is like the biggest crime ever to close the door. So I always just try to kind of distract Peppa. Millie's okay. Millie doesn't care so much. Sometimes she's just like coming and looking at what I'm doing, sniffing stuff, and just like going away. But Peppa, oh, she's ready. She's ready to fight all the threads, all the flosses, and so on. It's white, so we're going to be using, oh, sorry for the bad words. So it's white, so I want my stitches to be as pretty as possible. I finally got myself the Snag It Nabbit, one of those. to just try to make my stitches look a bit better. I don't stitch at the moment so much on like lower counts that would need 2 threads, so also like the snagging it is not that needed. However, I still have a few projects, so I decided that I'm going to get that for myself finally, to be able to correct a few things. And also, this is one of the things that I noticed. Now when stitching on Peppa, I have to tell you that I kind of miss 18 count. This is so strange. I absolutely love 22, and it's just like it stitches up so well and so on. However, it just like 18 count, the holes are so big and everything is just like so amazing. So who knows, maybe I'm just going to be like an Apple phone designer, trying to go smaller and smaller and smaller, and then just deciding that I'm going to go pro and max and get back to my 18 count. Let's see. So yeah, but I am not saying anything at the moment. I have like a couple of new starts planned, and I actually decided, that's why I bought like the scroll frame, because I decided that I'm going to give Stramin 24 count a try, because it's, what is it called? Is it called mono weave? So you basically have like 24 count is, it's canvas, it's really like canvas. So it is even weave, but it's made with basically one thread, or like one bundle of threads. So it's not like, for example, here in Aida, you can see that you have like holes, but here we have like a couple of strands making that. It's just like, you know, it's more like with linen when you have like 1 and 1, but it's cotton, and it's made in a way that everything is just like super even, and it's the holes are just like, the holes are huge in comparison. So I started working on that, and unfortunately I realized that I am a moron and I had my fabric in a wrong orientation. So I needed to I will need to restart, because I kind of got discouraged, and of course I got attacked by Peppa from all the sides. And unfortunately I cannot go to another room. I was already just thinking about like either closing the door here, but there would be screaming, or just going to the bedroom. But I love this corner where I sit and stitch here, so I just don't want to change, and I do hope that Peppa will finally just give up and let me do my thing. She can be just like next to me, but she doesn't need to eat my threads and so on. So, but yeah, I love her. Yeah, this is also now, at the moment, it's a very important tool in my stitching, because I have, as you can see, Peppa was just like playing with my thread, and she found my finger. So at the moment it's a very important tool, like the tweezers, because when I can see that there is some specialty thread, meaning cat's hair, that is still not weaved in with my floss. I'm just trying to remove that. Basically, I think that, especially with Peppa, that she loves to just like put a stamp of approval on my projects with her bum. I basically should have a lint roller as one of the most important stitching tools. You also have issues when stitching with cats. Are your cats letting you stitch like normally? She for quite some time, she just like stopped being interested in my stitching, and recently I think that like the scroll frame kind of reignited her interest in that, and she started attacking everything again, and it's just like, girl, really? But yeah, coming back to the fabrics. So 24 strumming. Let's see if I like it, if I don't like it. If I don't like it, oh well, I'm going to either go with 22 count again, or maybe I will really decide to just get back to 18 count and just stitch on what I really like to stitch on. I've been recently trying like a few different things, so I've been trying the 20 count, and it is okay, but it's definitely not my favorite. And it's when I stitch, I really, sorry, I just bumped the phone. I really want every stitch to be a pleasure for me, because this is something that is not only a hobby, but this is somehow like a meditation for me as well. I absolutely love just sitting, stitching. Recently I am back to audiobooks, and I managed to find the old fantasy series that actually it was my first fantasy series that made me fall in love in the genre. And I think that when I read that, I was 11. It was Arrows of the Queen by Mercedes Lackey, and I've been thinking of these books for a very long time, and I've been thinking about them definitely for like last 10 years. I even got myself like ebooks, but I didn't have courage to read them again, because somehow I was afraid that now, you know, as I have more experience with the genre and so on, I thought that they are not going to be as good as I remember them to be. But I found the audiobook, and I was just like, okay, let's give it a try. And I have to tell you that I am now finishing like the book one from the trilogy. And it holds. It's just like, it's so well done. It's so pleasant. It's just like so easy and so nice. And at the moment, it's just like no shame to anyone, but I think that recently, when there are so many like new fantasy books, fantasy authors and so on, became somehow important to introduce more shock factors or extreme amounts of spice and so on. So I do not need that. I really want a well-constructed world, nicely written characters. Sorry, I just keep bumping that. Nicely written characters and the plot. I need plot. And okay, I just wanted to start talking about the, I think, most popular series of all recently, but no, I won't, because I somehow enjoyed that. I enjoyed also laughing at the series and at the characters and at whatever was happening. I think that one of the main characters is absolutely terrible. And the character development is kind of backwards, because you like the character and then with the next books she's becoming less and less likable. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what series I'm talking about, but probably you can guess. If you guess, drop it in the comments. But yeah, and it's just like the last book in the series. As much as I loved the other character journey and development and so on, that was the least likable character in all of the previous books, and suddenly she just became my favorite. But oh my god, the book is long, because it's just like 1/3 of that is just like the spice, and it's just like so unnecessary. In previous books, sometimes it was just like, okay, it's a filler, because like the plot was kind of missing something. But here, the plot is good. Keep to that. Stay with it. Don't just like... Don't make the main male character in this book just dropping loads and loads, Jesus, of loads. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, this is no PG. This is not PG. I am very sorry. But yeah, just like I was so annoyed by that. So at the moment, but circling back to what I was saying, because of course that was my ADHD brain going on a side quest again. Hello. So I think that I just need to start going back to older fantasy authors, where it's just like where the focus was really on plot and characters and not about apexes of her thighs or his velvety rods of steel. Yep, you heard it. So yeah, going back to older fantasy, so definitely I'm going to go through Heralds of Valdemar by Mercedes Lackey very much. I recently only, and it's just like I already know that it's going to be a extreme love, is Brandon Sanderson. I don't know how, I have never read any of his books before, but it's just like recently I started reading Lantries, and I'm in love. I finished the first book, and this is so good. This is so bloody good. And it just like, again, and I heard that Elantris is never, not even his best work. So I have really high expectations. So I'm just going to venture into this direction, definitely, because this is something that I do need. I love reading for I read for pleasure, and it's a bit of a like escape from reality, but at the moment the thing is that my reality is okay. So the escape, I don't know how to say it. It's more like something to tickle my imagination, and just like, I can think how awesome it would be to be there, or just to see that, and so on, to like go on an adventure with the characters and so on. But I don't know, like, I don't need the escape, that it's just like completely out of this world. And yeah, I really don't know what I wanted to say. So going back to reading of the older fantasy and so on, if you are a reader, can you recommend something that you read in the past and it stayed with you and you absolutely love it? So I would really appreciate at the moment any recommendation, so I can have a look into that. Maybe this is something that I also read in the past and I just forgot about it. Because at the moment I have to tell you that I am a bit afraid of like touching all the that's the problem. I am afraid of touching the viral series because unfortunately lots of things that are kind of happening at the moment in the bookstores and so on, these are things that came from BookTok. They came from TikTok and so on, and this is just it is artificially promoted, not necessarily being a good book. Oh god, I just lost them. So at the moment I have like I am on Goodreads, but I do not trust the reviews so much. Wait, did I just lose my scissors that I had 3 seconds ago? Yes. So I don't trust Goodreads so much because, again, book talks and other talks and other things. So, but I have a few like reviewers on Goodreads, that I follow, and I totally trust their opinions because they are not playing around. And if something is stupid, they're going to tell you that something is stupid. So sometimes if I want to check something out, I go first to these Goodreads users' profiles. I check if they read the book, and even if their reviews, if I see the review is like below 3.5, I go in and I read, and I don't care about spoilers because then I know what I am avoiding. And yeah, all this strange stuff. Do you have an example of a book that you read because it had like amazing reviews, like no, maybe not amazing reviews, but it had amazing rating, and you kept hearing about that, and you kind of had a FOMO, so you decided to read that, and nobody's going to give you back the time that you wasted on reading it? Is there also a book that you decided to completely abandon and not finish for a very long time? I was from the fraction that if I started a book, I had to finish that. And sometimes it was sending me into a massive reading slump because it's just like that was the book that I wanted to finish and I hated it. So I wasn't reading at all. But recently I decided that there are too many things in life that are good, that I really don't want to waste my time on things that are bad for me, that I don't like, no matter what others' opinions are. So I am learning to say no to my own brain, because it's just like I always fear that I'm going to be behind with something. But taking care of yourself, even if you do not keep up with the trends, with things that other people think that are amazing, but they are not your style type and so on, it's not a waste of time. It's not missing out. It's finally finding where your priorities really are. And this is something that I'm learning about myself now. So, bad books. No. The series that I was mentioning that is just like so viral and so beloved and so on. I had the first book in the series for a few years, basically since it was released. And I started reading and I just like couldn't go through, I don't know, first 15-20 pages. I was trying a few times. And then I just like put it aside. Then I got convinced by some friends that I do trust that I should read that. And after the first book, like the second, the third were okay. The fourth one, I have no bloody idea what that was, and oh Jesus. And the last one I did enjoy, as I told you, because of this character development and so on, and the plot in general. So I cannot say that I regret reading that. But on the other hand, it just shows that with the first book that I did not enjoy, I should have just like really trusted my gut. And if that wasn't for these friends that they told me, okay, you need to suffer through the first one because the rest is going to get better, I was just like, okay, let's do that. But the only thing that I would regret not reading these books would be not having the context for all the memes that are happening. So at least for that, it was worth it. But DNFing books is not with so much pain anymore for me. I decided that I'm going to respect my time. As I said, there are too many good things to let ourselves concentrate on things that are just not good enough. And this is just like, okay, it may be the unpopular opinion. I finally watched Game of Thrones. I read the first books. I cannot tell you at the moment how many books I read because in Poland they were split. So I know that the second part was in 2 parts and so on. So I can tell you that I think that I read 6 books, but does it mean that I read 6, or does it mean that I read 3 that were just split or something? Cannot tell you at the moment. I really don't feel the need to go back and just check that. So sorry, you probably can hear the washing machine. So I knew parts of the plot and so on. So I knew what was going to happen. There wasn't just like such a huge shock factor for me, and so on. And it was beautifully made. Of course, it was beautifully made, as most of the HBO series and so on, so I cannot complain about that. But the thing is that the last season, I was just like, what the heck? You dragged me through all these seasons, all these episodes, and so on, to end on that. Yeah. So I am glad that I finally watched it. I absolutely do not regret not watching it earlier. So again, as you can see, maybe my guts were okay before telling me that I'm going to be fine in life without that. So, listen to your gut. I hate stitching white. I do hate stitching white. It's just like, I feel that my stitches... Are you kidding me? Is it sun now? We haven't seen sun for like 3 days and suddenly now. I feel that I need to kind of correct all my stitches, lay them correctly and so on. I'm really thinking about getting myself finally like a proper laying tool. That of course definitely would slow me down. Can I use that for that? Almost. What did I do? But maybe at least for the lighter stitches, that would be okay. Let's see. So yeah. And I don't know why, but I always think that my stitches are neater in general when I stitch in a hoop. When I stitch using one hand, not two hands. Have you noticed that with your stitches, or am I just paranoid with that now? Or is that not me only? Still, they don't look bad, but it's just like I feel that they don't look so neat as the other ones. But yeah, so as I said earlier, I was sick for 2 weeks, so there was lots of watching Flosstube. In my update, I'm just going to list people that accompanied me in the time of misery. But one of the people that I was watching, and I'm still watching because I'm catching up on the whole their whole content, is Kim, the Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, Kim Hollenbeck on here on Flosstube. I'm just going to link her down below. You definitely, if you like anything that is connected to full coverage, you probably know who Kim is, and you follow her either on Instagram or on here on YouTube, or you are on full coverage fanatics on Facebook. So since I got on Facebook, since I got back on Facebook, there were a lot of amazing things happening, and of course I got enabled like tenfold. The thing is that I did not get enabled for something specific, for like specific patterns or anything, but more for challenges. So as you know, that was my goal, to go back on Facebook and to just join some groups that do some games, challenges, and so on. And of course, in full coverage fanatics, it's just like amazing what they are doing, and with all the challenges and all the things. And I basically joined all of them for 2025. So watch this space. I have been making loads of plans, and I also have been making them in a way that I am hoping to get myself to a point where stitching has like is a part of my schedule, and everyone knows, and I know, that there is like some allocated time for stitching every day, so I can do at least a couple of stitches to like calm myself down after work, or just, I don't know, I need to quiet my mind, I need to concentrate on something for a moment, and so on. So that's the plan. But also I want to do it in a way that it's not going to burn me out on specific projects. So I hope that this is going to be facilitated by the challenges that were already published on the full coverage fanatics on Facebook and so on. So there are just like one of them is something that I'm so super excited about. So this is like the Zodiac challenge. I am absolutely not a Zodiac person, just like I don't care. I know my sign, I think, but just the rest not so important. However, they do it in a way that you are just so it's a monthly challenge, but of course, as the Zodiac is it is not like from the first until the last day of the month, but it's kind of spread differently. So the new sign is going to start like in the middle of the month. So I'm just going to, and for another challenge, I'm going to be working on something different. So I'm going to have like the focus pieces changing, one at the beginning of the month, and the other one, thanks to the Zodiac challenge, like in the middle of the month. So it's just like, it's a kind of extra variety that introducing that is a bit different. That just like, you know, it's so easy to like think of your focus pieces for a month and then just going through that, but having two different challenges, I can have like two focus pieces a month, but they are not starting and ending at the same time. They're just like coming and going at a different time. So I hope that it's going to give me like an extra pep in my stitchy step. So let's hope that it's going to work. I am thinking about like at the beginning of November, at the beginning of December, when I do my Flosstube update video. So I was thinking if I am going to talk about all my plans at that time, or shall I just like do a Flosstube extra with 2025 plans. I'm going to see, because there are lots of plans, there are lots of ideas, and I am excited about all of them. And the thing is that I think that I finally managed to curate it to my needs in a way that nothing is going to be too pushy for me, or it's not going to make me burn out on pieces. And also there's going to be like an extra incentive, because next year, if everything goes well, in September I'm going to go to two stitchy retreats. So of course Stitch Basel that I missed this year, and the next one is going to be the Essex Needle Retreat, organized by Teresa Little Stitcher and Ellie Welly Stitcher. And I'm just like so super excited, because I really wanted to go there for so long, but I was kind of always missing the dates where you were just like putting your application in and so on. And this year I managed, and I got selected, because they are doing like the random so if you apply, unfortunately you are not automatically taken in, because they wanted to like kind of cut down on the number of people, so it's more manageable. I think that it's a very good idea. I was worried that I'm not going to be able to get in, but I did, and not only I did, but also my friend Zoe got in, and we're just going to be sharing a room, and it's going to be so much fun. And in November I'm going to be visiting my parents in the UK, and Zoe lives not so far away from my parents, like relatively not so far away. So if everything goes well as well, we're going to meet up for like some stitch and chat. And yeah, it's just like so exciting. So yeah, as I'm going to 2 retreats, I need to think about a year as a whole. So basically I already decided that 2025 is going to be a year of finishes for me. If that's going to be like a whole project finish, or a page finishes, or it's going to be FFOing things, this is what I want to concentrate on. So I have already like ideas in my head how to do that. I have everything written down. Oh my god, I have a one notebook that is specifically for my cross stitch stuff only, where I note down ideas. Now when I just started taking notes on my plans for 2025, and I think that I have like, I don't know, 4 pages, and it's not the end because there are some elements that I am working on for myself, like some extra personal challenges and so on. So it's still in the works, so it's going to be like a huge chapter in this notebook. So I really start thinking that maybe talking about my 2025 plans would need a separate video from my regular update. So let's see. And of course I was thinking also about my floss tube and how I would like to go forward with that, because now I was sick, so of course I was off work and so on. There was lots of happening in my head. However, the body did not have energy to do anything, because I started thinking about actually changing the frequency of my floss tube. So at the moment it's like the weekly Stitch with Me Chronicles, and once a month it's a floss tube update. However, with the plans and how they are kind of working out in my head at the moment, I think that it would be a good idea to change the frequency. As you can see, I'm just like picking out the fluff. Change the frequency of my floss tube updates to every 2 weeks, and just do it so interchangeably. I got stuck on this word and I still don't know if I pronounced it correctly. So I would like to just do, for example, a floss tube update, like a regular floss tube update every 2 weeks, and in the weeks where it's not happening, it would be Stitch with Me. So I think that it would be doable, and it also would help me maybe with filming organization, because if you saw my recent floss tube updates, basically most of the times it's just like, you know, it's almost a wood parade, because I have a tendency to stitch on most of my projects that I have. So it is connected with like huge piles of project bags and me trying to like organize everything, and then there is chaos, and then it turns out that, for example, I lose projects. I still haven't found my little dreamers tree. I have no idea where it is. So yeah, maybe one day it will just like pop out. So having like the frequency of videos changed, and doing the videos every 2 weeks, it would be more manageable for me, I think, with like everything, with like the piles of bags and so on. So we shall see. I need to do the thinking. I am also kind of finalizing, if you can say that, my plans for the Discord, and I really hope that I will be able to start with Discord still this year, but I will definitely keep you updated on that. So I want to make it as easy to navigate and as accessible for everyone as possible. So that's why I just like keep tweaking, and I do hope that it's going to finally work out, and I will be able to finish and just share the invitation link with you, so we can then start thinking about organizing some stitch evenings or stitchy afternoons or anything else. That would be amazing, to be able to just sit with you and chat. Unfortunately, I am not sure if I would be, if I am technically advanced to the point that I could do like lives here on YouTube, because I just don't want to have my camera set up as it is here, so I cannot see I cannot see your comments, and I cannot like really interact with you, because this is something that I would like to achieve, to be able to interact with people in real time. So until I figure out what I can do in terms of like technical stuff, I think that I am going to even skip thinking about doing lives here on YouTube. Let's see. I was already just looking at the streaming setups that you can just get on Amazon and so on, but I don't know, I don't have the experience, so I am not sure if that's something, because they are usually designed specifically for gamers, so I am not sure if that is something that can be used for other things like stitching and so on. So because of course for stitching it's like the I think that this is like a, oh no, maybe it would make sense, just thinking. So I would need a camera that is definitely pointing at my pattern, so you can see what I am stitching on. Then one, I think, that would show you my face, if you want to see it. If that's not necessarily needed, I can skip that as well. and then the way to actually access / see the comments of what is happening, and of course to be able to, I don't know, switch between views. Is it something that is to be done? I have no idea. I would need to just maybe have a look at some streamers on Twitch and look at the things that my live stream guru, so Teresa, is doing. But it's just like, you know, just plans. I am doing that for myself to be more of a part of community, maybe create something new with people, like-minded people and so on, that we can meet up, chat and so on. So if I was planning to I don't know, to like grow my channel more and do something more YouTubey here, maybe I would be thinking about investing into that more, but I'm doing that really for myself, so I do hope that you enjoy what I'm doing. Basically, I am laughing that sometimes it is like for people watching my videos, of the same people watching my videos, and really if that was just like only one person of those, and they still would enjoy that, I would keep doing that because it's fun. I do it for myself. I have an excuse to talk to myself for an hour and talk about stitching, talk about books, talk about anything. Basically, sometimes I try to plan on what I'm going to talk about, but usually the more I plan, this stiffer it feels. I just cannot relax, and when I just let my brain do its thing and just let the words flow, I have more fun. So yeah, just like talking to myself for an hour and totally not feeling strange about that. Sometimes only feeling a bit strange when I like ask you some questions, and this is just like, oh my god, just like I just threw a question just yeah, let's see, maybe somebody is watching that and they are going to answer. But I really don't want to put any pressure on myself with these videos. Just have fun for myself, and I hope that bringing some joy, fun to you as well. Okay, but I think that I'm going to finish this thread. Oh god, I wish that it works. So yeah, I will be finishing this thread and finishing the video as well. So I am able to upload everything still today, so it's nicely scheduled and ready for you. For midnight. So you have my Stitch With Me back on track, back on schedule. that she will enjoy that. So yeah, we can just finish here. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. It's amazing that you're here. I absolutely love it. I love you guys. I do hope that you have really, really good stitching time. Let me know if you stitched with me on something. So let me know what you stitched on, and I do hope that I will be soon able to share my finish with you on this gorgeousness. Her eyes, I just love these eyes. So thank you so much. Happy stitching. Bye bye.